So what are some examples of cooperation in the natural world? And it's really actually fascinating and thrilling to look at. But I'll give a couple of examples that represent, in a way, different types of cooperation. One example would be animals coming together to huddle in order to stay warm. So penguins do this, for example, and a number of mammals do this as well. And the interesting thing about this form of cooperation is that it doesn't cost the animal anything extra to come together. And in fact, it's just better with a group. Now, even in those examples, there's the possibility of cheating or defection, that some animals won't take their turn on the outside where it's a little bit colder. So even in a simple example like this, animals have to find ways of defeating the challenge of defection in order to sustain cooperation. But here's another example. This is a more costly example. Vampire bats have very high metabolic rates. In mammals, metabolic rates get higher as the body size gets smaller, and their babies have really high metabolic rates. So every night the mother goes out to feed on a blood meal. They come back, and they really need to get their young food. And in fact, oftentimes if they miss a blood meal, the young will die. So if a vampire bat goes out and comes back empty, oftentimes a neighbor will share their blood meal with the baby that won't have a meal. And it's an interesting example of, it doesn't cost the neighbor a lot. They'll still have some to give their own child, but it's life-saving for the family that has come back empty-handed, so to speak. So there's an example of costly cooperation, and the interesting thing is that's actually regulated by some vigilant attentiveness to defectors. So if vampire bats are unwilling to share a blood meal, oftentimes they don't get the benefit of receiving help.